It's the longest partial government shutdown in history, longest on record. As today marks day 60 of the Department of Homeland Security closure. Joining us now, Senator Rand Paul. He's the chairman of the Committee on Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs, and we haven't had you on in a while, Senator. It's good to see you.
Morning.
What's going to be the final way to end this? What, in your view, what would you support at this point to end this? Reconciliation or some type of compromise?
You know, I think the best way would be a compromise where we are very public about instituting some reforms at ICE. Some of the reforms, I think, have already occurred. You haven't seen images of crowd control in the streets. You haven't seen riots. And that's because of changes, I think, in policy. So I think there are some changes in policy that have already occurred. There's new management. So I think there are a lot of things to be said for simply announcing that and then funding ICE and then moving on. I don't think that's going to happen, though. I think what's going to happen is because we're at an impasse, and for one reason or another, there's not been a willingness to announce reforms. I think what's going to happen is it's going to be a Republican only through reconciliation, which is a technique where a simple majority can pass this. But the question is, and nobody knows this yet, will that bill become a Christmas tree? Will they put $200 billion for the military? Will they put $20 billion for farmers? Will they put another $20 billion for disaster? Will there be, 20 or 30 or 40 billion for ICE? So really, the devil is in the details. And people are asking me every day, are you for or against it? And I say, am I for or against what? We need to know the details are pretty important on how much we're going to spend.
We have heard that we're going to read it after we pass it before. I don't think you're in that camp. That was a famous expression we heard a couple of years. A couple of years ago. Do you think that in terms of immigration reforms, would the Democrats ever say yes? Is there anything that they can always say no. What about judicial warrants versus administrative warrants? They were insisting on that. Could you ever get to yes for Republicans on that? I don't think you could. We'd never be able to send anyone back if you needed a judicial warrant every single time.
Well, I don't think that's true. But, obeying the Fourth Amendment or the Constitution shouldn't be too difficult. The new nominee for DHS in his nomination hearing actually spoke in favor of having judicial warrants. It's the way we've always done it.
For everything, for everyone.
It is. For invading homes. For going into the home to get someone, we've always had judicial warrants. They're administered and issued by local judges. It is something we fought the revolution over. It was a big deal. John Wilkes, both in England with the press and with the king coming after one, then it came here, and James Otis fought for the Fourth Amendment to be added into the Constitution. So it is a big deal to come into someone's house. One, it's a big deal because sometimes they make a mistake and go in the wrong house. Right. And so we're very, very careful about getting judicial warrants. I don't think that's too big a step to have. And I actually think that there are Republicans who would accept that. But there's this unwillingness to sort of admit we made mistakes, we're doing better. I think Homan actually has done a good job at cleaning up Minneapolis, and I think he did admit it. He said publicly, if agents misbehave, they will be punished. He took them out of the streets and reduced their numbers. And really, you haven't seen clashes in the news, so something must be going on. But really, to get Democrats on board, you need to tell them these are the reforms that have been instituted, and these are the disciplinary actions that are going to occur for the people that were involved in the shootings and the killings. And so I think we should see that, and it shouldn't be that hard. But so far, there hasn't been that sort of forthcoming nature to say, hey, we made mistakes. These are the reforms we've instituted. And I think that's how compromise occurs. But I don't think that's the way we're headed. I think we're headed towards a Republican-only bill. And with the Republican-only bill, to me, the biggest threat our nation faces is the debt. And so if it becomes a Christmas tree full of all kinds of just, hey, how much money do you want for this and this and this, and it becomes a $200-300 billion bill, that's not something I will favor.